Hello everybody, welcome back to Musings by Nikki. This is Nikki and I am here with kind of something special today, something a little bit different. So I mean, clearly it's a journal, so it's not that different, but this is my submission for my kind of audition for the Tracie Fox design team. It is a journal that has been swimming in my head for the longest time, and about, I don't know, maybe a month ago or something, I saw Tracie Fox's historical navigation kit, and that was kind of then the catalyst for getting this moving. And then it took shape as I played with it, and then I saw her video asking for design team members, and I'd already been kind of messing with this in the meantime, and so I got super excited and it lit the fire and it got me going. If you guys watch Tracie Fox, you just know she's amazing, and I can't believe that she's actually going to be watching this video. Hello Tracie, I'm fangirling right now. I love everything that she does, and she's just really creative, and it's friendly, and it's fun to watch videos that she does. So anyway, this is also kind of a, I mean, it's huge, right? It's a huge journal, but it's also kind of a first for me. I wrote a story around it, and it's like in the style of Gibbet or Nick the Booksmith, how they kind of have some concept journals. And I know lots of other people do too. Those are just the ones that come kind of at the top of my head. And I would totally fangirl if they ever watched my videos. I would just be like amazed because I love their work. So this is kind of my, like I said, this has been swimming in my head. And so I'm gonna stop talking and chatting. Anyway, the name of this book I'm gonna call Anna, and you'll see why in a minute. It is made to look like leather, but it's actually vinyl, and it's real durable, that reason. It has exposed stitching, it's soft cover, and it is 6.5 by 9, and it's just tied with a big strip of muslin. This book has been traveling around the world, oh, long string, for a very long time, and with its owner Anna, and it's a collection of her journeys. So let me, before I flip this open, let me make sure. Yep, still in frame. All right, so here we go. Let me flip this open. This is the beginning, and here's my, tucked in this little lace tuck spot here is a little letter, and this is a picture of Anna when she was just setting off, when she was 17. And I'll read this really quickly. She was born into aristocracy, the kind of wealth and title that so many could only dream of. Her family, being old money, landed gentry, would have high expectations on how she would conduct her life. So many decisions had already been made, and she would be compelled by her station and obedience to acquiesce. However, from the earliest moments of her life, it was apparent that she was not like the rest of her family. There was a spark in her eyes and a hint of mischief that turned up at the corner of her lips when she smiled that were more than slightly troublesome to her well-refined mother. Her father, on the other hand, saw something in her spirit that he too had felt as a young man. Yet for the good of the family, and being the firstborn son, he had buried it deep below layers of suit coats and duty. Still, there was something so familiar now in his young daughter's joyful disassociation from the large, stuffy manor home and into a designed land of mirth and whimsy. Her childhood was filled with the types of activities and lessons meant to refine her and prepare her for marriage to a man from similar upbringing. But in her free time she climbed trees, paddled canoes, spent hours exploring the forest, and, much to her mother's chagrin, deigned to speak to the gypsies that passed through about their journeys and faraway places. On the day she turned 17, her mother produced a list of potential suitors. Being entirely bent on this path for her life, her daughter's life, she expected that they would have a wedding to plan by year's end. That night, as she lay in bed, Anna decided in her heart that she could not marry out of duty. She entered her father's study and poured out her heart. She spoke of conflict between duty and wanderlust, obligation and adventure. Her father, acting in a moment of impulsivity he had rarely known in his lifetime, had his trunks and luggage brought up from storage. With equal parts trepidation and elation, he booked the first of what would become a lifetime of tickets, passages, and journeys and adventures for his young daughter. 3 days later, in the earliest moments of dawn, he kissed her forehead and waved goodbye, sending off his smart, beautiful, and strong Anna with one request. Keep record, send me letters of your great voyages, hold nothing back, and be shaped by the shape of the world. She lived to be 101 years old, and in that time had many more great adventures than one could ever have imagined would fit into a lifetime. This is but one of the many volumes of bits and fragments of her grand voyage, sewn, clipped, gathered and bound for generations to witness her joie de vivre, her love of life. So, there's her story. There is Anna on the day that, when she was 17. She turned 17, that's her. Right when she decided she was going to disobey her mother. And here's one of her earrings. And so this book is just a whole bunch of her wanderings and her collections of things and bits and fragments, and lots of letters and postcards that she sent back to her father along her way. Right in the front pocket here is this awesome passport. So here's her passport, and this is from Gibbet. Shire Wool, I believe, on Etsy. It's just this awesome digital. So here's her passport, and she's gone all over the place, and you will see this. So that's in here. And then here's a little Brad, and on this first clothespin, here are some things she collected from Paris. A bead and a little charm from a necklace. This is from Tracie's kit. Historical Navigation is the kit that I kind of used throughout this. Here's a little file folder that says drawings, and in here it's just some little clippings, drawings of animals that she sketched as she kind of traveled around the world. Zebras, ostrich, different fish, kangaroos. She liked to sketch. She loved maps, so you'll see lots of different types of maps in her collection in here. Here's the first of several postcards. Here's a map. Here's some old crinkly paper. This is from the kit. Here in this tuck spot is an actual old postcard, and then one from a paper pad. And then these, I also used the Oriental, or the Orient Express kit from Ilopa, I'm not sure how you say it, I-L-O-P-A. I'll put it in the description box. But here's one of the kits from that. And then there's going to be a lot of collaging of stamps that she ripped off of envelopes that she put in different places just to remember the places she went. Here's a page from the kit, and I made it into a pocket, and inside the pocket is some newspaper, and you can turn that over and write. Here's a little envelope, and inside there are just a couple pieces of ephemera. And this has Tracie's Historical Navigation printed on the back. And then this is some Tsunami Rose paper, digital images that I put on the front. And I love the way it looks kind of lining the inside of the envelope. Here's a tag that's clipped in that says navigation, and it has a ship. The navigation is from the kit. It's from the kit as well. And behind that there's just a big tag and another piece of paper that you can journal on. There are several charms in here. So this one has a little compass on the bottom, and then it has some glass beads that she collected from Italy. And then here's part of an old cloth map that she attached in here, just that flips up. Here's another postcard. And then clipped throughout are these envelopes, and these are from Tracie's kit as well, and they have her writing paper inside. So this is from an add-on kit, the historical navigation envelopes and paper, and so I use that as well. And it's meant to look like I've put some stamps and some cancellations on here, and these are letters that she sent from her time traveling. And there are little bits of pieces of cloth and trims and things that she collected from around the world. Here's the Tracie Fox tag using some of the tags from the kit, some of the pieces from the kit. There's another pocket, and inside there's just a big coffee stained journaling card. And that's from the kit as well. Here are some journaling papers, coffee stained. Another bit of collaging and this awesome crunchy old paper that she collected somewhere along the line. Here's another old map. In this pocket here, there's several of these address cards. Those are from her luggage as she traveled around to different places. And then here's a little train check from somewhere in the Soviet Union. Here's another actual vintage postcard that someone wrote and sent. This is lovely big washi tape here with maps on it. This next signature has a collage with some maps, one of the quotes that comes out of her kit, another little piece from her kit, and inside there is another one of the envelopes. Some more collage. Just another vintage postcard. Get this from the kit, backed with some cheesecloth. There's a little pocket up here. The train check in it. More of that washi and the paper. She also sewed in some book pages of the book that she was reading at the time, just to kind of help her remember where she was at. Another postcard. This is another one of the envelopes that she sewed in, and that has a card in there. This is a picture, it says Syrian. Here's just a picture of a ship she might have sailed on. A little tag, some more collaging. This is an envelope that I made out of one of the pages from the kit. You can open it up and journal and then close it and stick it back in. Oh, I did some stamping of some writing there. And then this image is from the kit as well. Here's a picture from her travels and a little note card to write her travel details on. Here's a picture she took when she was riding in a hot air balloon. Someone took a photo of her riding in a hot air balloon somewhere on her travels. Here's some beautiful trim that she found in India. Another postcard. Some paper trim. Here is, in this pocket, another postcard and a list. That flips open. Here is a drawing that someone did of her when she was in Paris, and that's inside this little frame. And then tucked behind that is one of the tags from the kit. And another piece of ephemera from the paper pad I used. It says adventure is worthwhile, and then here are some stamps collaged down in the corner again. Here's a picture of the inside of her train car as she was on the Orient Express, and then travel notes. Here's a picture of one of the castles she visited and some of her writing about it. Here is a flip up and a clipping from a newspaper from one of her places she stopped. This is from the kit down here. This is another page from the kit, and I put a little Tim Holtz airplane on there and made it look like it was on its journey. Here's an old map. Here's a beautiful peacock feather that she collected from somewhere along the road, and she glued it in because it was gorgeous. Here's one of the ships she sailed on. She liked to sail on old ships. Here's another postcard tucked behind that. These are some actual stamps from India, and it says airmail. Here's another quote from the kit, collaged on some more map. This is a page from the kit that I cut out and made it into 2 pockets here, and those both have postcards in them. Some lace and Big Ben, and another stamp, and this is a flip out. Here's another one of the envelopes that she wrote a letter to somebody. Book pages. Here's a pocket, and inside, oh, I didn't put it inside yet. There's a little tag that goes in there that I'll put in there. And then behind it there's also a tag as well. This is some old map of Denmark. More from the kit. Here's an envelope, and behind there is a ticket, some little pieces of ephemera. In here it talks about voyages in the Orient. This is another one of those envelopes that I made with some of the kit pages on the inside. Here are some beads that she collected when she was in China, and some trim and cloth that she collected from there as well. And that just flips out with some of the paper. And then this is a folder that pulls out, and inside here there are some pieces of ephemera, and that's behind this map from the kit. And then there are some pages here that you can write on. Those go behind, slips behind this belly band. Here are just some tags. You know, certainly if you're traveling around the world, you probably have had tons of tags on your luggage. So she's got lots of tags to attach to her belongings as she goes. This is some beautiful cloth that she got from a woman's dress while she was in Africa. And that flips open, and there's a map of Africa here, and then there are a couple of pictures of her in Africa riding a zebra. And here's one of her bathing in a little hole with some water. This is another page from the kit. They're lovely images. This is from the kit as well, and behind it there are just some different samples of money from different places that she traveled, so different types of currency. This is a quote that I had just kind of in my stash that worked perfectly. This little globe is from the kit, and the word travel. Here is a picture of the train. There's a train check, an advertisement for luggage, and another postcard. Some more stamps, and then inside this tuck spot there is one of the tags from the kit, and then talking about a road trip. And then behind this half of the tuck spot there's another piece of ephemera, and this is one of the maps from the kit as well. Here's a perpetual calendar. It becomes a tuck spot. This little word ship is from the kit. And here's just a picture of a ship that she may have sailed on. This is from the kit. Here's another envelope that she sent. More images. It's a little tuck spot with a postcard in it. This is some sari silk that she collected and sewed in. There's two big pockets in the middle of this signature. In this one there are just paper clipped a bunch of little scraps of paper that she collected from different places. Was kind of collecting them to just make notes to herself. And inside this pocket there's an old map. It's all wrinkly and the corners kind of torn. And you could journal on the back of that. Here's just another tag in this tuck spot. Here is a map that shows kind of old Asia. And then here's a very old postcard from Japan. Tucked inside there. That's an actual vintage piece. Here are some more stamps. This is from the kit. Here is just a map postcard stuck in. More crunchy paper. Here, attached to this map is of Bolivia and Brazil. And then here's a picture that she took while she was there of some gentlemen with their horses and their donkeys. And then here are some beads that she collected while she was there as well. Here's another tag that just has some tickets and images, and inside here there's a postcard. It's a pocket. Oops, and that's just clipped on there. Here's another pocket with a postcard in it, and this word chart is from the kit. Some more beautiful map images, books, more map, and behind there is a couple of pieces of ephemera postcard. Another part from the kit, page from the kit. Then tucked inside this little belly band, map belly band here, is a little paper journal, and it says that this was from Lower Africa. Not all of the African nations would have been named necessarily what they are today by the time when she was traveling. This is some really cool postcard paper here. And then this is a flip out of a map from India, which is actually an old map. So this is called Hindustan, Indochina. And that flips out with this muslin here. And then here's some beautiful cloth trim that she got while she was in India. More page from the kit. On the back there's a pocket with a concert she went to, another tag, and another journaling card, ephemera. Here's another old map. This one is of Australia, New Guinea. Here's a big Australian stamp and some lace. This is now New Zealand on this side. Another ship with a tag behind it, and some book pages. Another quote from the kit. Here's a picture of her getting a motorcycle ride from a gentleman on a motorcycle somewhere on her travels, and another cool map image here. Inside this pocket there is an image from Japan and another piece of ephemera. Here's just some old map. Here are a couple small little pockets. This one has a little, a few tickets from something that she had attended or went on, and then here's a little £1 note, maybe reminds her of home. This is a page of dictionary that she tore out of her dictionary while she traveled, and she eco-printed, kind of painted on some leaves from while she was visiting, and you'll see the other side and see where she was visiting. Here is the Orient Express. Here's another tag, luggage tag. And here's a picture from the inside of the Orient Express. She wrote it several times. And then some lace, some very old lace that may have come off of a pillowcase or part of her sheet or the edge of a towel maybe. Here are some more stamps, and then this little image of a fox, which I thought was so cute and appropriate to include in here. So there we go, there's a little fox. Holding on, this is these are some drawings that she did when she was traveling around in the India area. And then here's a little earring that she got from there and lost one of them and put the other one in here to keep that memory. A couple places just to write. Here's another pocket from images from the kit, and then here's a tag from the kit and just some ephemera. Another page from the kit. Here is some beautiful fabric that she collected while she was in Mexico, and then that's where she made this print while she was in Mexico. And here is a picture from the pyramids while she was there, and she wrote Mexico up on the top there. This is just some more forest map. Here's another envelope mail that she sent to her dad. Another cool map image. Woo, it's full. Here's another image from the kit and another postcard back here. Book pages. This is some more map right here. This is of Victoria, so this is parts of Australia and New Zealand. Here are a couple of pockets right here towards the end with another tag from the kit and some ephemera. And inside this pocket, another foreign currency. There's a calendar in here. Another page from the kit. And inside this pocket, there's a little flip-up booklet that you can take notes in. Certainly if she's traveling around, she might not want to carry her giant book with her everywhere, so she'd carry little notebooks like this and make notes in them, and then she could stick them back into the larger piece. And then here's another sailboat. Here's a picture of a castle that she visited somewhere along the line. Another tag, and then another tag from the kit. And then here's the back, and here's my tag, and this cool airmail paper. So that is this. That is the Journal of Anna. That is her story. This is her one of many volumes of her journey, and I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for watching. I will be back again very soon. Thank you, Tracie, for your consideration, and I will see you guys all very, very soon. Stay blessed. Be blessed. God bless. Bye-bye.